Gamers, people from a diverse culture made up of millions around the globe. We interviewed a few of them here at Mesquite High School to ask them about their unique traditions and experiences. These are their responses.
Games that I grew up with. I really grew up with the PlayStation 2, but the first console I remember getting was the Nintendo 64. Although I only had 2 games with it, I had 007 GoldenEye and Almost Number Journey. So I mean that's kind of not that diverse. It's extreme violence, and then I don't know. But with the PS2, I was exposed to almost every type of genre of games. They were from action adventure like Ratchet and Clank to just straight up adventure like what was it? Sly Cooper was my favorite adventure game.
Games that I grew up playing were King's Quest, Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong Country, Space Quest. Nerdy girl liked the Nancy Drew games. I still play those. Those are a lot of fun. Don't tell, I'm old.
The games I grew up with were, I grew up with 3 games. Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, Super Mario 64, and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And they were, all 3 came up with, they were on the Nintendo 64. It was like a really old system that came up around the way behind.
The game that I grew up with was Super Mario, the original. And gosh, that game was amazing. But it's been hours just playing that game until my mom got mad, of course.
I grew up with the Nintendo 64 when I was really young. I can't remember my age back then, but I played all of the well-known games from the Nintendo 64, like Donkey Kong series, Mario, Legend of Zelda, and all like some arcade-style racing games like that.
My favorite game would be Assassin's Creed. The whole series, I have them all, of course. And I have this huge painting of Ezio's daughter that made it, which is amazing. And also Skyrim. Skyrim was like my second best game ever. And yeah, those 2, yeah, those are my favorites.
Which games really ignited my passion for gaming? Probably King's Quest more than any of them. I'm a big adventure gamer. I like games to have a plot. I like, it's also the English teacher in me, I like the complexity of a game.
First game I remember playing was 007 GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. That really got me into the shooter genre, which is where I am now, into all the 007 games, Battlefield. I was into Call of Duty, but that's sort of gone down because Battlefield is just so much better. Any game that requires guns, tactical gameplay, it's all inspired by 007 GoldenEye.
First game I remember playing was, I think it's Super Mario 2 on the NES. Yeah, I remember playing that because it was like a dungeon level. It was like really irritating since I was a kid. I would just scream.
Video games that piqued the most interest for me would definitely have to be, again, things like Legend of Zelda, something with an epic storyline, boss battles, that kind of thing, Final Fantasy, those kind of games.
The video games that interest me today are the Soul series, like Dark Souls, because it brought back from back in the old days, like the 2D NES days, where it's really difficult, but this time it's real 3D, and like you just die in one hit, and it just adds more challenge to the game and adds a way better atmosphere.